What's up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. But today I'm doing fasted cardio and I'm going to show you a full day of eating. It's actually a low day right now. And I'm going to show you the calories and the macronutrients of every meal and what I'm eating in total today. So right now I'm doing fasted cardio and I'm actually getting pretty hungry, and I've had this problem in the past where I ate a lot of food, I had to eat a lot of food, and I didn't really get hungry. But that was because of a lack of cardio. If you add cardio, especially in the morning, you will boost your metabolism and you will boost your hunger for the rest of the day, making it a lot easier to eat your food. Alright guys, so the first meal is ready. I just got back from the fasted cardio, about 30 to 35 minutes. Usually it is 35 minutes in the morning. We'll slowly increase it as my cutting progress goes further. But right now, let me show you the first meal of this low day of eating. So right here, we actually got a mixture of oatmeal, almonds, raisins, whey protein, and almond milk. And as you can see, some cinnamon mixed through. Now I've got 80 grams of oatmeal, 30 grams of raisins, 20 grams of almonds, 50 grams of whey protein, a complex, and about 5 grams of cinnamon with 300 milliliters of almond milk. And this is actually a small version of the meal I usually take. Usually it is 120 grams of oatmeal, but this time this will suffice. And the cinnamon is very good for making you insulin sensitive, which causes you to have a insulin spike that's not too high, and the fat gain won't be as high from the insulin. So that is why the cinnamon is added, and of course it tastes great as well. Anyway, I'm going to eat this meal right now. Alright, so it's time for the second meal of the day, about 2 hours after my first meal, 2.5 hours. I'm going to do the groceries actually, because I need to get some stuff. Everything is basically gone, but I'm going to show you what I'm making you right now. And that is this right here. That's the coconut oil. This is about 175 grams of cooked basmati rice. It's already cooked. And this is frozen pasta vegetables. As you can see, mushrooms, bell peppers, tomatoes, onions, a good mixture of those vegetables that you normally would use to stir fry, but this is the active fry, which stir fries all your food automatically. And I just added some spices, some turmeric and Cajun spices, and this is ready to go into the device. As you can see, it's very easy. Turn it on like that. And in about 10 to 12 minutes, it will be done. It's going to be turning around now with hot air, so it's all mixed up and delicious. Then up next, I have a pan ready with some soy sauce and Cajun spices for the fish to go in and to poach all the flavors into the fish. So let's take 2 of these white fishes, put them in like that. Another one. Make sure, well, they're frozen right now, and they will actually shrink and go to the bottom in just a minute. But it doesn't matter if it's frozen or fresh. When it's fresh, it's obviously going to be done in like 2 or 3 minutes, especially when it's cooking. When it's frozen, about 5 to 8 minutes, depending on how big the fish is. And right here I'm just cooking some extra rice for later, because I like to have cooked rice to put in the active fry a lot faster that way. So yeah, this will add a lot of flavor into the fish. And normally I like to use the steamer, which is easy, but since I now have time and making this video, I'm going to show you this cooking technique. I actually showed you in a previous video as well, but I really like this technique because it makes it tasty and it's pretty easy to do as well without adding any fats. Alright, this is the result of the poached fish. As you can see, I turn off the gas and the water is still very warm. So it'll stay warm, and this was like after 5 minutes of the water softly boiling. And as you can see, the flavor has soaked in to the fish. And now let's go over to this, which we will turn off right here. And this is the result. of the active fry, which is the Italian vegetables are melted and mixed. The herbs actually much better with it. I noticed that when putting in frozen vegetables and rice and herbs and spices, it mixes better than when you do fresh vegetables, and that's because the water will help as a mixing agent. Anyway, let's combine this into one plate. Alrighty, so this is the complete meal. I actually added a little bit more rice, just 50 grams, because there wasn't enough rice cooked before. So this is the end result of the fish. You can clearly see the spices and all the stuff that I put into the water has absorbed into the fish. And right here is the rice with coconut oil, herbs, and vegetables. Again, a very nice meal. This is actually 200 grams of white fish, probably 250 grams, 175 grams of cooked white rice, and 200 grams of vegetables with 10 grams of coconut oil. Time to enjoy. Okay guys, just got back from doing the groceries and got some stuff, some basic stuff, some fish, fresh, frozen, salmon, and different kinds of fish of which I don't know the pronunciation in English. And yeah, some vegetables. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's make the third meal of the day. These are basically the only 3 ingredients for the next meal, the basic ingredients. Now most bodybuilders just add these together and that's it. But what I do is add, wait for it, the spices, guys. This transforms a basic meal into a culinary feast. Let's do it. But as you can see, the fish in here is about 350 grams, so that's too much. We want about in between 200 and 250 grams. We want about 200 grams of this, or 150 grams. And here we want 175 grams. Now this is very loose cooked rice. And yeah, we're gonna have 175 grams of this mixed together, and I'll show you. Okay, so I added everything together in the active fry, and the reason that I'm choosing fresh vegetables instead of frozen this time is because I'm using fresh fish, and I'm gonna poach it in here again. You know, I use the same water up to 2 times, because if you use it way too much, the flavor will be gone, and it's not as sanitary. But 2 times, in my opinion, is no problem and less of a waste. But anyway, we need to add some coconut oil, and this is extra virgin, and it's quite warm, as you can see, so then it is not solid. When it's cold at room temperature, it is solid, and it smells delicious. In my opinion, it really adds something to this meal. So let's add 10 grams. Right, I'm gonna put this into the device, the appliance. Kaboom, kaboom. This will be done in about 10 minutes, which is when I will start this. So while this is heating up, I'm gonna cut up this fish to about 200 grams and put it right in here. Alright, now I get the fish boiling away into this mixture right here. And as always, the fish will shrink up and it will be soaking up all the herbs and spices in this mixture. Alrighty, the fish is done, as you can see. And so is the rice with the vegetables. It actually didn't add turmeric in it, which is the yellow color, and it actually does look different. I actually forgot to put it in, but the taste will pretty much be the same. But yeah, it won't have the benefit of the antioxidants and the lovely color. Anyway, let's put this on a plate. Alrighty, so this is the meal, the result of the meal. And when a meal looks delicious, smells delicious, it will taste pretty much delicious. So you'll be able to finish it so much easier, and that is very important. This is about 200 grams of white fish, 175 grams of basmati rice, and 150 grams of vegetables with 10 grams of coconut oil. So it's basically the same as the last meal, and the following meal will be about the same as well. I usually have 3 the same meals before working out, but yeah, I'm gonna eat this right now. And right now I'm about to make my pre-workout meal, and it's going to be a little different, so let's check it out. The vegetables are pretty much the same Thai stir-fry vegetables with 10 grams of coconut oil, but the fish, well, I'm making it boil in a different spice mixture, basically a bouillon of dried vegetables. But the fish is only about 125 grams compared to 250, because before working out, especially during legs, it's more about the carbs right here. It's not about the protein. You want the carbs to get into your system. You don't want the protein hanging around in your stomach. Just as the vegetables, you don't want to overdo it with the fibers. You want your gastric emptying, which means the emptying of your stomach, to happen fast before working out, and eat the protein after working out that you missed in this meal. So that's basically my idea of a good pre-workout meal. Focus on the carbs, leave the protein to a minimum. Actually, in literature, you shouldn't take any protein at all, but we're a bodybuilders, so we do need a little bit, even if it's just for placebo. But this is a meal that I'm going to combine in a second. I will show you right now. Alrighty, I'm back upstairs now with the food. I'm actually going to train legs, so especially during legs I don't want a full stomach, which is one of the reasons why I decreased the protein amount in this meal. Pretty much cut it in half, because, well, I'm gonna make a lot more videos about this, but what I'm learning at my current study, which is minor sports nutrition, I'm studying nutrition and dietetics, and the minor there is sports nutrition that I chose. And there we learn, according to the latest studies, the truth, the real truth about nutrition. So no bro science, we discuss things in class and you come up with the best conclusion that you can possibly give on each subject. And even for bodybuilders, powerlifters, weightlifters, or endurance athletes, eating protein before the workout doesn't really do much for you during the workout. You only need the carbohydrates to fuel your workouts, so you should lower the fat and the protein content and the fiber content in the literature to a minimum. But to be practical, sometimes when you have to eat a lot of protein, it is much easier to just divide it throughout the entire day. So automatically then the pre-workout meal becomes one of the meals with the protein in it. But what I'm doing is I'm simply decreasing this protein amount so that I will have less stomach issues, less bloating issues, a feeling, especially when you put on a weightlifting belt doing squats, for example. You don't want anything holding you back, and a lot of people actually have this problem and don't really know how to fix it. They just think they have to eat even further before the workout, but carbohydrates absorb pretty quickly, especially when it's simple white basmati rice and some vegetables. So that's kind of something that I've been doing differently lately, and it really is positive to my workouts, I have to say. And yeah, as long as you eat protein, well, if it's your first workout of the day in the morning, then I would advise taking a faster protein before working out, not directly before working out, but yeah, studies have shown that of course the anabolic window after working out doesn't matter if you eat protein before working out. So it's kind of a simple and a complicated story at once, but I hope you understand a little bit. But if you don't, a lot more videos will be coming about this very subject, during which I will explain it in great, clear detail. But let's enjoy this meal right now. So yeah, as I said, you can see the protein is pretty much cut in half. It's not a lot, it's just a little bit to be absorbed quickly into my system. The same amount of white rice, 175 grams, and about 150 grams of vegetables. Probably a little too much, but at the same time I don't like being very hungry during my workout. So yeah, and the 10 grams of coconut oil is a standard thing in all my meals, so I'm gonna enjoy this right now. And of course, there is enough sodium in here, which is also one of the benefits of using these spices and stuff. Sometimes, most of the times, there is sodium in it which you will need during workouts, increasing your pump, increasing nutrient delivery, increasing, you know, the ability for your muscles to contract because you lose a lot during sweating, etc. Alright, I just got back from the gym, did legs, pretty nice workout, did some cardio after as well. And I do cardio on low days and I don't do it on high days right now because I'm maintenance level right now basically, but still cutting down very slowly towards my cutting diet. But this is the meal that I'm going to have. I just had a post-workout shake of 45 grams of whey protein, and this is what I'm going to make right now. So as you can see, this is about 300 grams of potatoes. I like to cut them up in fries or little discs, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to add the coconut oil, 10 grams of this. But this will take a little longer than the rice normally. This probably takes about 20 minutes, so I'm going to wait a little bit with cooking the fish, because that will be salmon and that will be done pretty quickly. So let's put this in the active fry and see what I'll do with this salmon. Alright, so this is the salmon I'm going to use. It's about 10 minutes later now, and it's exactly 200 grams, which is the weight of the fish, the salmon, that I need to take. And this one actually has herbs on it already, doesn't add any calories. It's simply, it says tuinkruiden, which means, you know, herbs like dill and stuff that goes well with the fish. So this is a fatty fish. This is a Nordic salmon, fresh with skin under it. So yeah, let's put it into the pan. So the salmon is in the pan. Put it on medium heat, and want a crispy skin. And when that is done, I'm gonna sear it on each side a little so that it will be completely cooked. And here I've got some stir-fried vegetables. Not too much, just a little bit, about 150 grams probably. And I only coated the pan with like 1 or 2 grams of oil because I already added the oil to the potatoes, and this contains a lot of fat as well. Good fats, however, omega-3s. But you don't want too much fat after your workout. You want a combination of more carbs, some fat, and quite some protein. So I'm going to show you what the result of this meal is right now. Just got done making the meal. A beautiful salmon, potato, and vegetable meal. Very healthy, very nutritious, protein packed. And I'm going to enjoy this a lot. Bodybuilding food does not have to be boring. Let me show you. So it looks a little dark, but it's not burned. This is a very crispy skin. And it's flavored with some herbs, some dill, and some citrus herbs to make it even more delicious. Some fries, potatoes, and some vegetables. Again, this is going to be a delicious meal. 200 grams of salmon, 300 grams of potatoes. Okay, so it's time for the last real meal. It's actually supposed to be an omelette of 10 egg whites and 2 whole eggs. But we're out of eggs, actually. I only have 3 usable eggs left, so I'm just going to make an omelet of all 3 of them. And after that, I'm going to have a shake. It's a low day anyway, so varying in the calories a little bit doesn't matter. I'm just going to add some more protein to the shake, because all I'm missing is basically 9 egg whites, which together doesn't add up to that much protein as you might think. But in the egg, a yolk actually is half of the protein that's in the egg white. So you gotta remember, it's not just fat that's in the egg yolk, it's also protein, vitamins, minerals that you actually could use. And that's why I usually do eat the yellow part of the eggs and not just the egg whites. Anyway, let's just show you how I'm doing this right now. So the pan is coated with just a little bit of coconut oil. Probably about 4 to 5 grams of this. And yeah, let's put these bad boys in the pan. Alright, 3 eggs are in. Look at that. Yellow orbs of goodness. But yeah, this is gonna be ready very soon. And there's still a little bit of white stuff on top, as you can see. But what we're gonna do to make that cook faster is simply put a lid on it. just for a little while so that the top part also cooks. This is the same technique that you can use with pancakes, for example, to make it go a little bit faster. Oh, and guys, if you want to know a good herb mixture for your eggs, this to me is the perfect mixture. Sea salt with biological herbs and vegetables. That's what this is. I don't know if they have it where you live, but it's an amazing product. It does contain almost pure sodium. I think about 90 something, 94% and 6% of the herbs. But this makes the eggs taste so much better. So I'm gonna put this on there when it's done for sure. Look at that. Ain't that a perfect omelet? So now we're gonna put this on it. I'm actually also supposed to put some vegetables through this, but right now I only have frozen left, so it wasn't really an option. And it's pretty late, so I gotta go to bed very soon actually. But yeah, let's put a little bit of this on there. As you can see, salt for a bodybuilder isn't bad, especially when you eat clean foods. Then you're going to be fine. Most of the sodium concerns are because of people who ate processed foods from factories which already have sodium in it. Clean foods don't. Alrighty guys, it is the next day now. And actually before bed, after that small omelette, I still had a protein shake of a little more protein to make up for the egg whites that I didn't eat. So it was about 60 grams of whey protein. And I'm going to make a video about why drinking a shake before bed can be beneficial, especially when you work out quite a lot and when your muscle mass is pretty high, because recovery is something that is very important, and during the night you can use those amino acids very well. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this full day of eating. Right here you get the total amounts of calories and macronutrients, so then you kind of know what my low day looks like. Today is actually a high day, which will be about, well, close to 1,000 calories more than yesterday. But yeah, that was the video of the day, and a lot more will come your way. I have a lot of video ideas written down, which I still have to put into action, but I will do that very soon indeed. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to stay golden.